You know what makes me seethe?
What?
How undeservedly good the OP to Domestic Girlfriend was.
It was really good.
That show did not deserve to have an OP that absolutely slapping.
The manga ended a while back too.
Did it end in any satisfying way?
It ended in a certainly very interesting way. I guess right off the bat, spoilers for Domestic Girlfriend.
Fuck it.
Even though I'm pretty sure like Giga has made like several videos on it, so whatever at this point. So he's you know how he's in love with the older sister?
Yes.
He ends up wanting to get with the older sister or something, but she doesn't want to get with him, so he gets with the younger sister, and then because he gets with the younger sister, apparently he gets the younger sister pregnant, and they have a kid, and then after the older sister, he's going to get with her, but then she gets into like a car accident and like a coma or whatever, but then she wakes up from the coma, and then he marries the older sister, so yeah.
What the fuck?
So that means Rui and his daughter is her stepmom is also her aunt.
Oh my god. I kind of love that.
But
That
they're
feels-
all good and happy.
That feels just as like convoluted and train wrecky as one would expect from Domestic Girlfriend.
Yeah, that sounds like how it should have ended.
That's very good.
And now you don't have to read it.
We saved you the trouble, much like we save people the trouble of having to watch approximately 5 shows every week, because this is the Protagonist seat. It's a podcast.
Yeah, where we are not going to talk about 86 this week because it was a recap episode. And that was the last one. The only thing it had was, hey, season 2's coming.
I watched the whole thing, and then I was like, I remember this.
You actually watched it?
I did.
I watched it. I'm like, this looks like a recap. And I skipped through it. I'm like, yep, this is all just a recap. So I didn't watch it.
I had A, nothing better to do, clearly. But B, part of me was like, what if they snuck in a little something special at the end? And they didn't.
You see, think about it. What if you just skip to the end to see the special thing?
Yeah, but like I said, I had nothing better to do with my time, as is often the case. So I just watched a recap episode.
I guess if you have nothing else to do.
If you are really bored, go ahead and watch the recap episode. It's nothing you haven't seen before.
Yeah, if you need a quick recap. I'm going to yawn a lot this episode. I'm tired. This is a tired episode.
It's a Sleepy Town episode. And we're not even recording that late either. It's just been a day.
I had to be up early for work today, so I'm tired.
That's stupid. You should tell work that that's stupid.
I should.
Yeah, I guess that's it. That's 86 this week is a recap. You've seen it.
And that's it. That's all we're getting for this season. So that's it for 86.
I feel kind of bad that the show we usually spend like 15 minutes talking about, we got 2. So this might be a shorter episode.
Probably. Shadow's House. So I found out something. Because I saw people complaining about this episode online. We're in anime original territory.
Oh! I like that.
I don't know if I like that. Because
it's dangerous?
Because that usually never bodes well for a second season. That means this is just advertisement for the manga.
That's a good point.
So we're going to end with something weird, and then you're going to go read the manga, and you're like, that wasn't part of this.
That never happened. Well, hopefully it's not like that, because I like this show.
But I did like seeing all the kids work together.
Yeah, we actually get to see some jolly cooperation.
I can really probably tell it's anime original where how they do certain things, like how basically how Louise and Ricky wake up. It's kind of like it's kind of brushed over. It's not really, any time spent on it. Just they get one thing said to them and they're just like, oh.
Yeah, and it's nothing even like that groundbreaking either. I don't even remember what they said. That's how kind of generic it was.
Patrick said to Ricky something like, living dolls are people. And he was like, oh. And then Louise said to Lou, she was like, if this could be worse. Imagine if something bad happened to you. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, that's nothing to write home about.
I do like how casual, though, Emilico is after being kidnapped.
Hey, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? No,
Yeah,
I
I've been
won't
talking
talk.
the whole time. It's my fault. You know what? You talk now.
We've already established I'm not going to talk about Kate's plans. I'll talk about whatever else you want, though. What kind of board games do you like? It's very good.
Poor Edward.
I think my favorite part of Edward is watching him just be defeated by just the dumbness.
Although I want to see how he loses next week, because I'm sure it will be dumb, considering he has them both right where he wants them.
Yeah, he literally
so
has
how
a
is he?
trap.
How is he gonna? The only way he's gonna lose is if he jobs. So how's he gonna job?
I don't know, but I also want to see it. Because it seems like he does things.
Yes, I have captured you both. Let me just make sure the other kids know I have captured you before I go and tell one of the adults, and I will leave you here for an undisclosed amount of time, giving the perfect opportunity for your compatriots to come and save you.
I have a bad feeling that that's gonna be what it is. I mean,
yeah. And then Barbie shows up with her Star Bearer lady or whatever, and they do some weird exposition that doesn't seem like they'd actually be like interested in talking to Patrick or Ricky about the house politics.
Yeah, that should be suspicious anyway, because like Patrick doesn't seem like he gives a fuck about house politics, and
Actually,
you're gonna
I
tell
feel
him
like
about
Patrick
how.
does, but like specifically her telling him about that, like why would she tell him? They're always like all these people are set in competition with each other.
Yeah, and she hates everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got nothing. Perhaps they're just incompetent. Or maybe they're just trying to rush to it. They're like, we gotta get this shit over with, dude. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Not reassuring.
Did like Kate's little stealth mission that was nice. And again, the other dudes helping her. Also, I like how John's solution to everything was punching.
John's solution is always violence, and I'm very okay with that.
He wakes up and chooses violence.
Patrick, John lives and breathes violence. He is nothing short of the Team Barbarian, really.
I don't know. I am a little disappointed to learn we're in anime original territory. Because none of that's canon.
Yeah, that's true. I choose to have hope that it won't be quite as bad as everyone suspects it will be. But,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Oh, next up is Higehiro, and I'm disappointed we're not done with this one this week. I thought this was going to be the last episode, but no.
No. I mean, I'll give him 1 point of credit though. Her mom is still kind of a bitch. She has
this episode was so melodramatic that it actually hurt to watch.
It is cringeworthy.
It's just like, okay. I love the part where he says, "All right, that's enough," and he goes through his inner monologue for like 2 minutes, and I just like to imagine everyone is just sitting there, perfectly still in silence for that 2 minutes before he speaks again. All right, that's enough, and everyone's just completely quiet.
That's what I was imagining too. Everyone's just sitting there staring at him like, what the fuck is this dude doing? He's just, is he gonna say anything? I don't even remember what he says.
Fuck if I know. My brain was turned off. Also, the whole time the brother's like, the mom's like, shut up to the brother, and he's just like, oh. And I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
Why doesn't the brother just take her and like, hey, we're gonna live somewhere away from her?
Because that would make more sense. That would actually make too much sense, where it's like, hey, I'm clearly a grown man with enough of an income to afford living by myself. Why don't you just live with me instead of mom?
Yeah, because I would assume that the mom also works for the company, but like,
even still, it's like, you know, it's not like she has to see her mom every day then.
Yeah. It's just like,
it's just the brother was purposefully just made incompetent at fixing problems.
He has,
because that's the problem. We need Yoshida to be the guy. He needs to be the guy, so we can't have the brother be good at anything other than just excusing everything.
That's true. Because
they made him like a doormat, because then he doesn't do anything against his mom. He doesn't do anything against his sister. Or against, yeah, it was just like, oh, you can take my money and run away. Yeah, that's fine. Mom, she ran away. Okay, well, okay, I'll go bring her back.
He needs to job, because if he had any, like, literally even just one drop of confidence or competence, he would be Yoshida.
Yeah, he would be like, I'm going to help my sister more. Instead, he's just like, I don't know what to do here. He even says to Yoshida at one point, I wish I could have done that. It's like you couldn't consider telling your mom, hey, take responsibility for your child, because that was the entire spiel he basically gave.
Yes.
You couldn't do that? You who are probably just as old as Yoshida?
He couldn't do that. He couldn't take his sister and bring her to live somewhere not as toxic.
No, instead his solution was, here, take some money and just go somewhere for a week.
Even just like, hey, I will set you up in an apartment. You can just live there by yourself if you want. You don't even have to live with me, your brother. Just live in this apartment and then be fine, and then everything's okay.
Yeah. And again, it was a cringy episode. The mom was a massive bitch.
She is so over the top. Holy shit.
I'm like, are they trying to sell me that this person is mentally ill?
She's gotta be. Like, there's no way she isn't. Because the way they wrote her compared to the way they wrote literally every other character is so bafflingly different.
Yeah, where everyone else is just kind of chill and subdued, she's just like, I don't know, she like flies off the handle repeatedly.
She's so incredibly over the top. It boggles the mind. It boggles the mind.
Yeah, it's not good. I wish we were done this week, but nope. Still one more episode where we're gonna have the resolution of this whole thing, which will just be, I don't fucking know, Sayu can come visit you sometimes or something.
If the resolution is, hey, I spoke to your mom and now she's not gonna be a bitch anymore, I'm quitting
that is
anime.
Gonna be really bad, where it's like, I told your mom to take responsibility for you, and it just clicked in her mind that that's what moms have to do. She was like, no way, I never thought of it like that. I have not considered this possibility.
If that's the solution, I'm quitting anime. I'm done. I can't handle it.
I can't believe he's gonna quit.
I'm not gonna quit because we still have to watch the other Higurashi.
Yeah, you're stuck. You're in for life.
I'm a lifer at this point.
How long you been into anime? I'm a lifer.
That's what I'm gonna start telling people. Yeah, I'm a lifer. This guy really likes anime. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's nothing really I could say that was really redeeming about this episode.
There's nothing we could say that's really redeeming about this show.
That's true. I was sitting there thinking, I can't recommend it on any level. Like, it's not even a good time waster. There's better shows to waste time with.
Yes. It is not good to look at visually. There is no good plot. It's not written particularly well. There is nothing compelling about the dialogue.
Yeah. The characters and, like, conflict is all really flat.
Yeah. Everyone has a thing, and that's their thing. And conflicts are brought up as cliffhangers in the previous episode.
And resolved
then
by the halfway point.
Yup.
It's like so simple to like just basic way to keep you like engaged. Like, oh, stay tuned to find out what happens next week. Nothing happened. But what if something does? Stay tuned for next week.
You're just going to do the same thing you've been doing this entire time, show. Oh, but what if it's different this time?
Fine, you got me there.
I'll admit, you got me there.
Fuck, you did it again. You did the same thing again.
Higehiro, you jebaited me.
And no one debates me and gets away with it.
And that's how we burned every copy of Higehiro all at once.
But yeah, it's not good. It's really boring. I'm glad we're going to be done with it next week.
Yeah, me too. Fuck it.
Zombieland Saga, the last episode.
Yes.
So half of it is basically just a concert.
And the concert's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just their songs, singing them. It's pretty good. The first half is them trying to get ready for their thing. Tatsumi gets the reporter guy to help him get the government involved. Tatsumi goes and begs the governor, and they're gonna basically turn their concert into a charity show for Saga, and they're worried because of the disaster if anyone's gonna show up. But of course, everybody shows up. All the characters we met.
I do want to say that I absolutely love the scene where Tatsumi goes to the governor's like meeting, and he like barges in. Two cops are holding on to him, and he's like, "Governor, you gotta listen to me." It's very good.
So like how all the debris is lifted out of the way by Lily's dad.
Because he's just a solid brick wall with a tiny head.
I also love how the first people that show up are the two dudes.
Let me tell you something. That was good shit. The two dudes who were their first fans, they have to be the first dudes that show up to their final concert. Has to be.
Has to be them. And then by the end of the episode, they basically have saved Saga. It's rough, but they're saving Saga
with idle stuff.
Yeah. And then at the end of the episode, we get an alien spaceship flies over, and I'm not sure if it blew up Saga or something.
Yeah, we get what I'm going to call the Independence Day ending, except that is the beginning of the movie Independence Day, where the alien comes and blows up the White House.
Yep, so everyone is like, yeah, naturally. No one has any idea what that was, because there's no real build-up to it or context for it. It just sort of happens.
It just sort of happens, and is like, that's just how this is now. So
I have a theory. So a lot of people think it's going to be like a season 3 and it's going to involve alien idols or something. I have a different theory. So, do you know who owns Zombieland?
No.
Psy Games, or however you say it.
Okay.
They are a company that primarily does gacha stuff. They own Grand Blue Fantasy, Princess Connect, that horse racing gacha game that doesn't have a version over here that's really popular. Basically, they do a bunch of gacha shit. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to make some sort of idol gacha game with Monster Girl idol characters. And Zombieland Saga was just kind of that palate cleanser for that.
Oh.
So get ready to roll on your 5-star Saki.
I mean, I gotta. Like,
Yeah, I guarantee
can't...
we're going to get a gacha game eventually. That's probably what's going to be more likely than a season 3.
The gacha games, they're a big movement these days.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's one of those things where I don't like how everything's starting to become a gacha.
Oh, I definitely don't want it. I do not want that to be a thing.
Because gacha gets kind of soulless after a while.
It does.
Like, I just want FGO to die.
Why won't you die?
I know people are like, well, I'm having a lot of fun with FGO. I don't care. I want it dead so they do something new with that franchise. Or at least let it, like, sleep for a bit before doing that.
Oh, that'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a new good Fate property.
Where it's like, hey, this is an actual Fate thing that's a lot of work has been put into, and not just an event where it's like, I don't know, we have a bunch of new characters, we threw them into this story, we shook it around in like a mixer, and we're like, here you go. And then next month you gotta get ready for the summer event where we put all those same characters in bikinis.
Yes. I was gonna say, what if they just did like those weird side, like a bunch of weird side arc bullshit type stuff, and then I was like, oh wait, isn't that just Carnival Phantasm?
Yeah. They're still doing stuff. They released the recent Lost Belt or whatever. I don't play the game anymore, but I still see stuff for it. So they made female Gawain.
Oh.
She's got very, very large titties.
I mean,
they're
I guess
just massive.
I guess that doesn't surprise me.
And also female Tristan, who looks like kind of like Liz. Oh, and female Lancelot, who's like a magical girl or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore.
I will say
it's just a Coomer game now.
Yeah.
It always was, but it's like now at that point this is all it is.
I will say that I am disappointed because I know that I can't get away with naming this episode Gawain's Massive Titties. There is no feasible universe in which I can make that happen.
Gawain's Massive Knockers. Knockers, I'm pretty sure, is not flagged by the algorithm.
It's playing with fire, and I don't know if I want to play with that fire. I'll have to give it some thought.
Gawain's large Gawains.
Maybe I can think of like a sunlight pun for it.
Gorilla Girl's large bongos.
I can't even like properly mentally place the clickbait that sounds like. It just sounds like big clickbait.
It is.
But then again, maybe that's just what we need.
But, oh yeah, back to Zombieland Saga, the show that is now on its last episode. Yeah. So, that was a fine ending. I don't know if I liked it that much. Because, again, half of it was just their idol concert, which is fine and all. But I feel like there was a lot of stuff that just didn't get wrapped up as nicely as I would want it to.
Yeah.
There was no really... it was the concert and then it was over. It's like we didn't get a lot of, like, what's after.
Yes. That's basically what it was.
I guess I hope there's a season 3, so that stuff can be taken care of. But I feel like if there's a season 3, we're just gonna up the amount of idols because you got to prep for the gacha game.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't do a gacha game. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Maybe they're looking at that and they're just like, yeah, we don't have to make every one of our series a gacha game.
We can hope, but like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's an easy business model.
And you're trusting people with the track record of making everything into a gacha game. You're trusting those guys.
They usually do. I think they did a gacha game for. I'm not sure if Grand Blue was always a gacha game like Grand Blue Fantasy, or if something else came before. Because I don't play Grand Blue, so I don't know.
I don't either, so I also don't know.
I think it might have been something else first. I think it's part of some series called Legend of Bahamut or something.
Huh.
I don't know. What I do know is that this Iruma-kun episode was pretty aight.
I think that's a good way of I think that's a good way of saying it.
Bobby Lou. I'm glad they sang that one. That was the only song in karaoke.
Yes,
because we cut back to them and they're still singing that one.
We cut back to them like 3 times.
They're not even singing. Like, you'd think they would at least have them sing the current opening or something for changing it up. Like, get it, passion, baby.
No, because they know that everyone likes the first one better.
Yeah, so the first half we find out nobody failed. So they don't have to take special summer classes, and everyone's all proud of them that they passed. Also, creepy sensei cut his hair, so now he's less creepy. Also, we find out his ability. He has basically a lie detector built into him where he can tell if someone's telling the truth or not.
And it's cool because, that's why no one cheats, or that's why no one gets away with cheating.
Yep. Also, he is the highest ranked member of the school, along with Caligo Sensei. They're the 2 highest. And then the second half is girls talk.
The girls talk is some kind of wonderful.
Yeah, I'd say that was the better half of the episode.
It's like
Amari basically gets dragged by Clara to go hang out with her and the idol girl and the succubus girl, Elizabeth, I think her name is.
I don't remember.
I think it's Elizabeth. I don't remember the idol girl's name because she has 2 of them.
And they're both very similar.
But yeah, they end up hanging out and having her some of the tea that she was planning to have with Iruma, but it makes, apparently you say what's on your mind, so they end up just kind of discussing girl stuff, and then they talk about relationships and love, and that ends up bringing up, who do you guys like? And everyone seems to bring up Iruma. And that makes Amari kind of start realizing, oh no, this creature, when in reference to Clara, this creature, I know it's been hanging around Iruma's side, but I never realized it was a girl.
It's good shit. And you know what? Sometimes I don't think of Clara as a girl either.
Yeah. She was cute this episode, though.
Because I think that was on purpose.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, it was a good episode, or a good section of the episode with them doing all their stuff. We got more character development for a lot of them, especially the ones that we don't see that often, like the other 2 girls.
I was surprised that we got any kind of development like that for either idol girl or succubus girl, because I guess part of my brain still hasn't recognized that these are going to be major characters. It doesn't matter that you don't know their names.
Yeah. They're going to be major characters.
And they get very heated.
Yeah. I'm glad the show's at least trying to take the time to try to get us to know all these characters before probably a major arc with them all hits.
Yes.
I'm also looking forward to next episode because I feel like that'll be fun, where apparently Caligo Sensei has to go and make visits to all of their houses.
I want to know what everyone, because we know what Clara's house is like. I think we might have gotten like quick shots of Asmodeus's house.
Yeah, basically,
know.
his mom is like a cabaret girl or something, so it's
yeah, and she's very
sultry.
eccentric. But I want to know what everyone else's house looks like.
Yeah. Also, I love how he's flying around looking pissed the entire time.
Of course, he has to go to people's houses. I'd be pissed too.
The chair demon is making him do that.
Because it's
that's such a weird concept that doesn't exist over here. Like your teacher visiting your house.
Yeah, could you imagine if in fucking high school our one of our homeroom teachers visited our house?
I'd be like, this is awkward.
This is weird, and my grades are fine. No, I will not do my homework. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that was nice about American high school. They're like, yeah, you have the right to not do your homework, but you'll fail. They're not going to chase you about your homework in college, but they do anyway.
They do. High school is nothing but a den of lies.
It really is. Everything they tell you is wrong.
You'll need to use cursive. I sign my name in it.
I don't even sign my name in it at this point. It's just the first letter, a scribbly line, and then the first letter of my last name, a scribbly line.
Mine too. Actually, I don't even do the first letter of my last name. I just do a squigglies, and then I add a little cross because there's a T in my last name.
Yeah, you don't. Well, they didn't say you need cursive in high school. They gave up on teaching us that in like elementary school. Cursive's been dead for a long time.
Cursive is a dead language.
That's why I hate whenever boomers show up and they're just like bringing in like their shit with like cursive on it. And they're like, what, you can't read that? It's like, back in my day, it's like, no one needs this anymore. No one needs this. Everyone does everything in a computer. Do you think, like, what, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go dig someone up from, like, the 1800s that's like, oh, you're driving a car? Look at me. I got my horse. You don't know how to ride a horse? Back in my day. It's an obsolete skill.
I could run your horse over in my car.
Yeah, I know. That's what the boomer would think to the dude on the horse. So that's what I think about your fucking penmanship.
So that's what I think about your fucking penmanship.
It's obsolete. You don't need it anymore.
It's stupid. Also,
times changed. The milkman doesn't exist anymore. He has been replaced by the man that brings me cheeseburgers from a phone app.
He's been upgraded. This is much better now.
Instead of just a dude bringing you fucking milk.
And leaving it outside.
How nasty.
Like, what? That's disgusting.
And most of the time, apparently, according to every single like piece of fiction I've ever seen, he'll just bang your wife.
Which is also awful, unless you're into that. I don't judge.
It's like that South Park episode. I've seen this problem before, the UPS man. Back in the day, we had the milkman. How'd you get rid of him? We set a trap for him. Had some young blonde sitting there in a tub saying, could you fill it with some milk? Right up to my tits. And that's when we jumped him.
South Park had some good bits.
South Park's one of those shows where you think it would have gotten canceled, but it has not.
And strangely enough, like, Futurama got canceled 4 times.
I mean more in the sense of, like, culturally canceled. But it's like, I think it's because South Park's usually right.
Yeah. It's because South Park is right.
The only place they got canceled was China. Because they made that episode about, like, Randy strangling Winnie the Pooh to death.
Why does that not surprise me?
I think it was around the time they were making fun of the NBA for like bending to China or whatever.
I know they've done a lot of stuff that calls out like the college athlete shit because there was crack baby basketball.
Yeah, there was a lot of fine students you got there. Some handsome workers. You mean our students? Yes, they're students.
It's good shit. It's weird that South Park is the show that calls out all of this bad bullshit in society because it is objectively one of the raunchiest things ever created. I guess it is also the one that is going to be our savior. But none of that actually links to Iruma-kun.
No, but I think we covered everything about Iruma-kun.
Me too. As kind of expected, it's a shorter episode, but that's okay. It happens.
How long has it
happens. 41 minutes. Except it won't be to the people who are listening to it because I'm going to edit things down.
Also, next week will be even shorter because all we're going to have is 3 shows. The last Higehiro, or the last Shadow's House, last Higehiro, and or whatever Iruma-kun is on.
Don't worry, guys. I bet Higehiro is going to be the one that's going to draw out some real deep discussion.
Yeah, we're just going to shit on it.
But that's all we got for this week. Thanks for sticking around. Feel free to, if you're watching on YouTube, to subscribe to our channel to get updates for when we post new episodes, and like the videos if you did like them, and leave the comment on the videos as well about, I don't know, what do you think? What do you think is a good condiment to dip French fries in?
Little known surprise, people are going to say ketchup, but it's actually mustard.
It's actually honey mustard.
That's mustard.
Honey mustard is mustard mixed with honey.
Yeah, but it's mustard still. You can't like...
It is.
You're not going to go and say it's not mustard.
It's a subgenre of mustard. There we have it. That's going to be the title. A subgenre of mustard. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever I feel like.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Of course, but maybe.
Of course, but also maybe. If you're listening on any of the other pod platforms, there's a lot of them. You don't really need to hear about that. You probably already know about it. Then like, follow, subscribe, etc. Whatever your appropriate course of action is. Leave a review if you're on iTunes. That always helps a lot.
Yeah, just do your thing.
That. Do your thing. Do your damn thing. Do your thing to thing. You can find us on social medias, Twitter and Facebook. That's where we post updates to things. So that's pretty cool. And you can say hi on those things. The OP was made by Popskyy. He's a cool guy. I think it's his Bandcamp page is going to be in the description below. He makes cool music. And I think that's everything. So, thanks for sticking around. We hope to see you again next week. Class dismissed.